Hey guys, I found a pretty rare OG Soldano. It's the Hot Rod 50. Let's check it out. Well, thanks for joining me for today's video, and I want to thank Motor City Guitar, my favorite store, for allowing me to take this home. They got it in on trade today, so they allowed me to take it home so I could do a demo of it for you guys. And because they allowed me to take this amplifier home, I want to, of course, give them a shout out and a quick plug. So if you're looking for an awesome deal on a great piece of gear, click the link below in the description. It'll take you right to their website. It's an affiliate link, so it helps me out as well. They ship anywhere in the continental US, and they ship faster than any other company on the freaking planet. So they're a great store to deal with, and they have a lot of awesome gear there and some great prices as well. So help me out, help out the store, and help yourself. Get some amazing gear for yourself and start enjoying it. Anyway, so I was at Motor City Guitar today, and I bumped into this amplifier, and I was actually picking up the Twin Jet, the Bogner Twin Jet, and I want to do another video on that. I'm going to revisit that amp. And while I was there, I saw this, and I'm like, hey, you mind if I take this home too? And they're like, no, take it home. I've never played one of these before. I'm familiar with the Slow, and I'm also familiar with the Astro, which later in this video I'll do a quick comparison with. But let's just see what this thing has to offer. So here are the settings. I'm going to start everything out at noon and just dial it in from there. There's no boost pedal engaged yet, so I'm just going to dial it in the best I can without the boost. And then I'm going to piss off all the boost Karens out there and turn on a boost pedal and dial it in from there and see if I can get this thing to freaking slam. So here we go. All right, so click back over here. When you turn up the gain, it starts getting a little muddy, so I basically just back the bass down a little bit, back the mids down a little bit. Let's fine tune it a little bit more, and then I'll engage the boost. All right, so yeah, it's a good sounding amplifier. Nice crunch, thing that it's got going on here. Not a ton of gain on tap, but it definitely has, I think, enough. I think the usable area ends about right here, around 3 o'clock, or on 8, whatever you want to call it. My freaking stupid hand's blocking the camera here. So I had it on 7. That seems to be the sweet spot without the boost. You get past that, and it starts getting a little muddy. So here's the settings right now that are working for me anyways. So now you know what time it is. I think it's time to piss off all of the boost Karens out there and engage a boost pedal. Let's start with the Mud Killer and see how that sounds. I'll turn it on while I'm playing and see how it affects the amplifier. Yeah, that's pretty responsive now, and I still want some more aggression, so let's dial it in further. Yeah, that's a great crunch channel. I think you could probably do some, you know, some classic type leads with it. You could probably shred with it a little bit, but there's not a ton of gain there. It does sound really good though. I'm wanting a little bit more. Let's see if we can change to another boost pedal. Let's switch over to the Grid Slammer and see how that affects the amplifier. So I'm going to switch from the Mud Killer to the Grid Slammer now. Yeah, that totally gave it the kick that it needed. Again, here are the settings. Let me dial it in just a little bit here and see what we can get. Yeah, that's a lot more what I'm looking for. The Grid Slammer made a pretty big difference, actually. It made it feel better and respond better, and it added a little more of that punch that I was looking for, and it seems to be a little more aggressive as well. Boost pedals matter. I mean, you got to get the right boost pedal for each individual amplifier. I know one of them could work for a bunch of different amps, but it's nice when you find the perfect match that works for you anyways when you get a new amplifier. So, yeah, I think that sounds good. Few more little tweaks and then we'll do a mix. All right, so this is a single channel amp, obviously, so I'm trying to find a sweet spot with the gain so that I can do both rhythms and leads with it. And I'm thinking, I mean, right here on 7, it's perfect for rhythms, but I want a little more saturation for leads, and I could probably get away with pushing it to 9. When I go too high, it gets a little bit muddy, but like I said, I'm looking for a sweet spot that serves both purposes. Let's fine tune it a little bit more, and then we'll do a mix. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I really do. And by the way, I'm playing through my Mesa cab with the, oh gosh, what is it? The Royer 121 blended with the SM57. I forgot to put that picture up on the screen, but that's what I'm using, the Mesa 212 with vintage 30s. But yeah, I think this sounds really good. So let me switch guitars and I'll play it in a mix for you. Actually, that sounds pretty freaking good. I like the thick top end on this amplifier. It's pretty reminiscent of the Slow and the Astro. All three of them have that same characteristic, you know, that Soldano thick top end. You know, it's really nice. And I had to work it a little bit. You know, I had to work a little harder than usual to play the lead on this, but I didn't mind so much. I mean, it was pretty rewarding. Lots of great clarity, good feel. Just not a ton of gain like I'm used to, but I mean, this is kind of an OG, you know, this is a classic amp, and back then people worked pretty hard for their stuff, and this was a nice reminder of that, but it was rewarding to play. It actually sounded really good, and I did like the clarity quite a bit with the amplifier. It does sound really clear. So now let's fire up the Astro, and I'm going to compare it to that. So when you see a picture of the Astro down here on the screen, that means I'm playing that. When you don't, that means I'm playing the Hot Rod 50. Here we go. All right, so basically they're voiced a little differently regarding the top end. They have that same thick top end like I was saying earlier, but the 50 watt here can get a little brighter, where the Astro, that's as bright as it gets. And I'm not saying it's a dark amp, but all of the sweep on the knobs is pretty usable, and once you get to a certain point on those knobs on the Astro, they don't do much more, and it has just enough of what you need, where with the Hot Rod 50 you can get more. I mean, you can get more presence, more treble out of it and make it brighter, but not really 100% necessary, but it depends on the room that you're in, mix, whatever, you know. I mean, there's all kinds of variables, but I would say this though, the Astro definitely has a lot more gain on tap, so especially in the Red Galaxy. So I would say that this would be the equivalent to the Astro's Purple Galaxy regarding gain, but as soon as you switch the Astro into the Red Galaxy, it just completely goes right past the Hot Rod 50 gain-wise. And another thing to keep in mind as well is the Astro is only a 20 watter, where you know, this guy here is a 50 watter. So it's definitely going to be a pretty big difference between the two regarding that. A lot more headroom here, but I just wanted to show you how they compared, because I know a lot of people were going to ask me, how does it compare to the Astro? Well, here you go. Pretty close, but you can get more top end out of the Hot Rod 50 than you can with the Astro. But like I said earlier, I don't know if that's 100% necessary. Just depends on what you want. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I know I did. I got something out of it. It was kind of cool to compare these two amplifiers and to play this. I've never played one of these, so it was really cool to check this out. And again, I want to thank Motor City Guitar for allowing me to take this home so I can do a video of it for you guys. Well, to all my Patreon supporters and subscribers, thank you guys so much. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe so that you don't miss out any upcoming episodes or live streams. I got a lot more stuff coming up for you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.